Hey Flosstube, Ashley here, Boogie Stitcher on YouTube, Schleezem_Boogie Stitcher on Instagram, coming to you guys with another regular cross stitch update. So definitely been a couple of weeks, but lots to talk about, so let's go ahead and dive right in. First things first, summer break. Holy cow. Maybe we're almost halfway done with summer break, and let me tell you, we are so jam-packed with things to do. We have sports almost every single day of the week. The only days we don't have sports are Saturday and Sunday. All other three kids have sports. At least one of them has a sport one day a week. Yeah, that's a lot. Also, here has been a heat wave. It's been 105 to 95 degrees depending on the day, so that's been fun. We got some crochet, we got some cross stitch, we got some inherited cross stitch, we have a finish, so let's go ahead and let's just get going. I'll go ahead and show the finish first this time. I try and I don't know, sometimes show it at the beginning, sometimes show it at the end, sometimes show it in the middle, and I think last time was the end of the video, so this time I'll show it at the beginning. So this pattern is it's Psychic Reading, Book of Psychic Reading by Haunted Frames, I believe is her name. I'm pulling it up right now for everybody, so that way, let's see, Book of Psychic Reading, view PDF, Haunted Frames, yeah. Let me get the picture of what it looks like because I actually converted this pattern. So, screenshot. So, this pattern looks like this. Super cute. She has a whole series on these, and I'm just not the biggest fan of the pink. Pink is fine for me. It's just not, it's not my favorite. And I also think I need to adjust the settings on my light. Hold on. Let's see. Nope, wrong way. Let's see. This one? Nope. There we go. Okay, I think that's a little bit better, maybe. Anyway, so I'm just not the biggest fan of pink. I much prefer purple, blue, or green. So I decided I really loved this pattern, but I didn't love it in pink. So I actually changed it to be purple. So here we go. Here is my finish. So this is, I stitched this on 14 count Aida that I hand dyed myself. The camera is not showing it up very well, but it's like a grayish pink. So it's got like gray marbling on pink fabric. And yeah, I converted the colors to be 550, 210, and then black and white. And it turned out so good. Of course, I still need to wash it and iron it and everything. I have a box of finishes that I need to wash and finish. But I'll do it, I don't know, when I'm feeling up for it, I guess. But yeah, so super cute. I love it. It's turning out, well, it turned out so good. And I've already started my next one. So the next one, I let my husband pick which one I was going to do next in the series. And the one he picked is Warrior Queen, which is a bunch of queen bee, like a queen bee. My husband really loves bees. So this one is the one that we're doing next. And I've already started it. So let me see if I can, oh, I think it's at the bottom. We'll get to that later, I guess. I think it's at the bottom of my pile. Maybe. I have a big pile here to talk about. Yeah, I think it might be at the end of the pile. Okay, we'll do something else instead. Okay, next up we have Seaside Tiny Town. This one I didn't do a ton on, but I did a house. So we started over here and I've done all the way to here, and I think I did this house this time. I think is where we're at. I think. So let's take a look. This is stitched on 28 count linen 2/1. Yep, that's exactly where I am. And I love the Tiny Town series as well. I love them. I've stared at them for a long time. So I finally purchased this one. And yeah, I love the beach. I love the beach vibe, I guess. More so than actually going to the beach, because our beach is cold here on the Pacific Northwest. But yeah, I really love lighthouses and the ocean and seagulls and crabs and everything that has to do with like ocean wildlife, I guess. So yeah, I just worked on this this building right here. So we still have a little bit to go. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses and the big seagull. So I'm not even halfway yet. I'm right here. And halfway is like right around here. So we're definitely getting there, and it is a nice like thing to pick up, do a house, and put away. And I really like doing that because then you don't get too tired of it. And it's not a ton of stitching. It's definitely like a couple hundred stitches per house, but that's not too bad. So okay, next up we have Coffee Quaker. Now this is definitely an oldie, but it was kind of called for one of my prompts. Not necessarily it specifically, but I decided to stitch on it for one of the prompts. This was just so hard for me because it's stitched over 2 on 28 count, which is normally fine, but I have the kiddos and summer break, and so everyone's just kind of wild, which makes it really hard to focus. But let's see, what did I do this time? Okay, so here is where the whole thing is. I've done some adjustments on this. The adjustments I've made, let me see if I can show you, is this little cup. So this is supposed to be like a dessert cup. And it's like filled in and has like a bunch of treats on it. I've actually left it blank. I preferred it to look like a little coffee or teacup. But what I did this time, oh, and I also left the initials, their initials go in here, and I think I might actually, I've left them out so I could put them somewhere else in the pattern because I think I prefer that more. But what I did this time is, I think I did this guy. Yeah, I did this giant motif right here this time, which is pretty big. These motifs are no joke. So that's where we're at so far. And this one, let me show you the pattern really fast and I'll tell you how far I am on it. I have a lot of patterns in Powder Keeper, so sorry while I scroll. View PDF. First I drink the coffee, then I do the things. It will darken in just a second. So there's the pattern. So as you can see, this is what I did with the cup. It's got like 2 little handles and a bunch of dessert and like designs inside. I wanted it to be just a bare cup with 1 little handle, so it would be like a little teacup with steam coming out of it. So that is what I've done. Oh, I think I did that one. No, I think I just did that one, that motif right there. Oh, and percentage wise, yeah, we're only 43%, so we still have a long ways to go. But I do love it. I love all things coffee. I drink coffee all day, every day. I'm pretty sure there's more coffee than blood in me, probably, if I had to guess. Okay, next up, we stitched on the European town. This guy right here. Super hard to show on camera just because it's so large. But this is a 897 by 150 stamped kit. Now, I know of a couple people who are stitching this that I've seen online, but I believe that I know of, I think I'm the only one that's stitching a 10 stitch. So this was a really big question mark for me because I don't know if it's gonna work out or not. So, but I cross stitch like 99% of my stamped kits tent stitch now. 6 strands tent. And it goes faster for me. It gives good enough coverage. I'm happy with it. But this stamped kit has back stitch, half cross, all kinds of stuff in there. And so I just don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know if it's going to pay off or not. So we're going to find out. But I did some of the green this time. So this pattern is so ridiculously huge, especially since it's 11 count. It's 11 count and 800 and some odd stitches. So yeah, it's just really big. So last time I showed this, I had done up here some tent stitching up here. Now I wanted to get down here because I wanted to get to some of the stitches that are not supposed to be tent stitch. So or half cross. The half cross, what I did is I just used the 3 strands like it calls for, and then the regular stitches, the full cross, I'm using the 6 strand tent. So they're still gonna look different, just like the pattern calls for, but I really want this to work, basically. So I'm really hoping that this ends up paying off. So I really wanted to get down here so I can get some full cross stitches, or my tent stitches, mixed with the 3 strand half cross, so I can see what it looks like all together. So I'm just trying to do this like section right here so I can kind of see it, so that way I don't get too far in this and find out that, oh no, this isn't really gonna work. But I'm pretty sure, and I'm hopeful that it is gonna work, because I stitch all my other stamped kits that way. So I'm really hoping that it works out. So that is that one. And normally, so cross stitch is normally my main like craft, I guess. But when I'm not feeling good, or I'm sick, or well, mostly when I'm just not feeling good or sick, I go to crochet. So there is a lot of crochet that I have to show at the end of the video, if you're interested, because I could crochet with my eyes closed. It was my first hobby, basically, and so it's definitely like a comfort thing. And if I'm feeling sick, I can't really focus on cross stitch. So I do have that to show later. Okay, next up, we have a new start that I'm actually working on today. So this one is, I believe it's called Summer Quaker. Well, it's just called Summer, actually. But there we go. This is the pattern. And this one, so I like yellow, but I didn't want the whole thing to be yellow. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of just color swapping however I feel like it. I have KCS, which is a variegated, a variegated floss that you can find on Amazon. Really soft floss. I'm using like a very, I don't know, summery yellowish vibe color for this, and then just other like dark pinks, reds, light pinks colors for this one. So this is a piece of 14 count Aida that I had that I dyed to be like a peachy camel, like brown color. Not quite dark enough to give like a coffee stained or a like autumny feel. It's more peachy. Yeah, it's more peachy brown. Oh, there we go. It's gonna show. Kind of, you can kind of see it right there. It's not showing as much peach as it really is. But anyway, so here's where I've gotten to so far. As soon as the color adjusts, if you can see, let me see, come on. Darken. There we go. I'll have to cover my light. Okay, here is where we are so far. So you can see that variegated floss. It's like a peach yellow like mixture. Yeah, peach yellow mixture. I'm trying to cover my light so you can see the stitches show up. And then we have like a dark pink and a light baby pink. So, oh, there we go. Oh, there, the light adjusted. So yeah, not too far so far, but I just started this, I believe, last week. So I haven't gotten very far, but I'm working on it today. And one thing I like to do when I am, my needle just fell out. And my needle minders fell off. One thing I like to do is when I'm stitching Quaker or something like this, I go through and do a bunch of 10 stitch to make sure everything lines up, and then I go back over it to do full cross, so that way I don't have to use my phone for like the whole thing. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's where we're at. Okay, next up we have the trick or treat sale. So we got several people working on this. We have Sally Ann, we have Abby, and oh, speaking of, Abby just started her own Floastube. So check that out. I'll leave her Floastube channel name in the description box, so that way you can find her. She just did like a 2.5 hour whip parade, so that's super exciting. So if you need someone else to watch, she's down below. And then Emma is also, who is I Was Phoebe on Instagram. So we're all kind of stitching this, and we took this pattern and we broke it out into 9 different months to hopefully have it done by this next Halloween. Well, excuse me, this pattern is super stitch heavy and very hard to follow. Excuse me, sorry, I'm still a little sick here, but I really need to get this video out. Where is my pattern? Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to find it. Where is my stitching folder? Here it is, okay, by Cottage Garden Samplings. So we split it out into 9 different months. When I first started this, I started over here. Yeah, I started right here. And I started out on a piece of 18 count Aida that I bought from Amazon that ended up being 19 count. And I hate the fabric. I don't even know why I bother trying to use it. I'm trying to like use it up and like get rid of it. But all of the projects that I am using it for, I hate stitching. So yeah, so it's really hard. So what I decided to do instead is turn it into like a bell pull. So I stitched these 2. I stopped this one midway. Now I started back up here on a different piece of fabric. I'm going to do these 3, and then on a different piece of fabric I'll do these 3. And I'm just going to do that because I feel like that's less chaotic for me in case I don't like all of the fabric. So anyway, this is my kind of second section that I started doing, and I'm way far behind in this. Way far behind. And the orientation, how does this go? It goes like this. So here's where I've gotten to. I switched this to 16 count Aida that I dyed myself. Yeah, it's just these spider webs are just so hard to stitch and make sure you get right for some reason. It's not Pattern Keeper compatible. We changed it to be like a PDF so that we can read it easier and use like a PDF reader to like stitch on it. But yeah, these webs, man, really drive me crazy. So, but anyway, I started it here. I'm on, oh, so sorry. I'm not meaning to yawn a million times. This is my, let's see, I've done 2 full blocks, half of a third, and then this one's halfway done. So technically I have 3 blocks done. Not very good. I think everyone else has 7 done. So yeah, we're getting there. This one is like pulling teeth for me though. I really do not like stitching on it. I love the pattern. I love the artwork. I hate stitching on it. So yeah, unfortunately. Okay, next up we have so long dog sampler. So there's some people that are doing hashtag leap year, long dog leap year. So every 29th of the month we work on a long dog sampler, and hopefully by the next leap year we'll have it done. I'm working on 2 different long dog samplers though. And this 29th I worked on fish and chips. I know it's not really called fish and chips, it's called fish and chips, but for some reason it really makes me think of fried fish, which is fish and chips here. So I like to call it that. So here is where I've gotten to. So here's the full thing. We have a project Stitchcraft needle minder of the beach, which is super cool. But here's the whole thing. And what I did this last time is I did this crab, the balloon, and this little plant along with bringing the border all the way over. So, yeah, super fun. I love working on this one. I've loved this pattern forever. And I'm glad I finally got it. So, yeah. This is one of their like minis. It's not as big as the other long dog sampler or long dog samplers that they have, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, next up, where did my pattern picture go? I just had the pattern picture. Where'd my bag go? Ah, I'm losing everything. Okay, well apparently I didn't bring the picture of this one in here. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. Dang it. I just had the Ziploc bag for this one, and I must have left it on the couch, which is a shame. Let's see. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find it. I don't know if I've taken a picture of this one. How frustrating. Sorry. I'm looking. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Anyway, I've showed it in the past. I'll have to show you guys next time because I lost it. Anyway, this is the kit that was gifted to me from Emma, and it's of a bunch of coffee cups. So this is like a mug with a little mousse on top, and yeah, frustrating that I left the bag in the living room, but anyway, I'll show you guys next time because I'm gonna stitch on this a little bit more. So anyway, I finished the little mousse up here. I just have to do the back stitching on it, and then I stitched along down here and filled in a bunch of holes right here. So I think I did about 150 or so stitches on this, but it is a kit, printed kit, so I can't really keep track of how far or how many stitches I've gotten because it's on a big piece of A4 fabric, or like A4 paper. So anyway, here it is. Okay. Next up we have this raven, and this is from Needle Lot Designs, I believe. An oldie for sure. Yeah, Needle Lot Designs. Jack Crow Lantern is what it's called. Here is the pattern. And I haven't worked on this in a while, but it did come up as a prompt for a small, and I picked it this last week. But I didn't get very far. Actually, I got maybe 150 stitches in on it. This is the piece of that 19 count fabric that I hate so much. But it just, the dye lot that I dyed it just turned out so perfect for this pattern that I had to use it. So I'm just sucking it up and trying my hardest to use it. So on this one, what I did this time is I finished the stitches in his beak and I brought the stitches down here and then did this black right here. Again, not as much stitching as I wanted to have done on this. I only got about 150 stitches. Definitely wanted more, but it's just not in the cards right now apparently. So anyway, worked on that one and I keep dropping the bag. Okay, next up, what is next? Haha, here's the warrior queen that I just restarted. So this one I have on a piece of 14 count Aida that I dyed myself. I really like dyeing fabric. I've thought about dyeing like one-offs to sell, but I'm a little bit worried about the shipping and how to handle that. I've never really shipped things for like purchase before. I've only ever shipped things that I've gifted, so I don't really know how expensive shipping is worldwide when it comes to just a small piece of fabric, which is a little bit scary to me because I really like to know what I'm getting myself into when it comes to like doing things. And if I don't understand or don't know something, I kind of bury my head in the sand. But I would like to eventually sell dyed fabric, but that's kind of like my holdup right now. So anyway, here is the piece of fabric. It's kind of like a light blue, dark blue marbled piece of fabric. And here is our warrior queen. So I just started this not last night, but the previous night. So Wednesday night. Let me move the needle minders out of the way. We got a needle minder right here of a little potions that was gifted to me from Nikki, the thread maiden. But anyway, so we got this going right here. We got the book started, and now I just need to do some back stitching and a couple of things right here, and then this part right here is done. But yeah, I mean, I just started this like 2 days ago, so not very much stitching on it so far. But this is the new book in the series that I'll be doing, so. Okay, next up we have another new start. So last video that I showed, I had finished the Little Mermaid cell that I was doing. We have now started Peter Pan. And let me get the pattern picture for you. Peter Pan. Go to screenshots. Here is Peter Pan by Soda Stitch. And we're just going to keep kind of doing these every year, picking a new one. We all kind of take turns picking which movie we want to do. This one was Peter Pan. And we split up each like square or split up the pattern into 12 different sections. So that way by the end of the year or in 12 months, we will have this completed and we'll be able to pick another one and start it. So this one, again, is 14 count Aida that I have dyed myself. And we work on this one, the first of the month is when we start a new one. Sorry, it's very wrinkly. But here, I wish the colors would show up better. Let me see if I can. There we go. I have to put like a bag behind it. So here is the fabric, very turquoisey blue. I have completed this block other than his two little eyes and the back stitching. Followed the border down and I have done the frame of this one, which will be like the dark window. And as soon as I get this square done and the back stitching for both, that is this month's pattern until the next month where we release it again. So super cute. And then this one is another needle minder that Nikki gifted to me. So still need to finish this one for this month. Okay. Next up, we have, oh, I found the Ziploc bag for that coffee one. Hold on. It was buried under one of the other cross stitch things. Jeez Louise. I was like, I thought I brought it in here. So, going backwards, this pattern is this. Ta-da! So I'm working on this one right now. There's like a little moose guy right there with this giant little coffee press. And that's what I'm doing right now. And this is called Coffee Admirers. Ta-da! Super cute pattern. I love this thing. Okay, there's that. Okay, now working on some stamped kits. And then, yeah, we have 1, 2, 3 more patterns left of cross stitch. Okay, so this one is the Starry Night Hobbit House. Let me get a picture for you. Stitching folder. Just kidding, screenshots. I really need to print out like all the pictures of all my patterns and put them in the folders. I think that'd be super helpful. Oh, of course I'm not gonna be able to find it. Just my luck. That's fine. You guys have seen it before. It's fine. It looks like this as soon as it calms down. The lighting. Can you see it? Anyway, it's a Starry Night Hobbit house. Apparently I can't show you because it's just not going to show. And I don't have the picture with me. So here is the whole thing. There we go. It is really big. Very, 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 very big. Everything is very big in my cross stitching world. Okay, here is where I've gotten to. So this last time I stitched on it, I had already done this. I had already done this window. I had done up here, but now I am coming over here to continue the Hobbit house. So I did this section right here. And super close. This is 6 strand 10 stitch, like I do with all of my other stamped kits, because I prefer it so much more. I don't know, faster progress. The coverage is good enough for me. It's just, yeah, I really love this pattern. So there we go. Next up, we have a definite oldie. So my goal, or one of my goals this year, is to try and get Pokemon done. This is my starter Pokemon pattern. Let's see. Which is, I will find it eventually. I need to clean up my folder, my stitching like picture folder too. Because how do I not have it in here? That's frustrating. Okay, anyway. This is Bulbasaur and Charmander and Squirtle. So, I have completed Squirtle. I have completed Charmander. I have done a ton on Bulbasaur. And the last time I stitched on it, I started filling in this flower. So I came back up here after finishing or connecting this section right here. I'm now going to stitch right here all the way down to connect, and then I will work over here and come all the way back down again. So I did this section right here this last time. So there's the whole thing. And maybe soon I will print out all of my like pictures of all my projects and put them in the folder, because then I won't have to go scrolling on my phone to show you guys, and it would just be so much nicer. I think that's what I am going to do. It's just printing everything takes too much ink, and it's also expensive to like print out stuff at the store. So I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I definitely think it would make the whip parades go significantly faster. Okay. Last but not least, another one of my goals. Hopefully, I would really love to be able to finish this one by the end of the year, just like the Pokemon starters. So this is Beauty and the Beast. I would really like to see this one finish this year, hopefully. So I started working on it again. All right, here she be. So I completed the Beast, and over here last time I talked about it. This time I am just trying to fill in all of the confetti stitches in here. I completed all of the holes in her hair. She had a lot of like missing stitches in her hair. And then I'm just, like I said, just trying to complete all of the missing stitches here. And then I'll work down to right here. And then I will decide where I want to go from there. If I want to keep going down, work in the middle, work over here. But I'm just working this section right here. So there we go. And then we got a needle minder that was made by and gifted to me by Emma. Okay, that is it for what I have stitched. I have received or inherited 2 cross stitch patterns. So my daughter cross stitches, but not very often. I taught her how to cross stitch, but I think she just prefers some of her other hobbies more. I've really gotten her into reading. She normally reads at night, but I, during the summer break, explained to her that reading during the day is fun too. And so we sat together on our hammock outside and just, we swinged on the hammock and we both read a book, and she's really liked it. And so now she's actually reading during the day, which means she doesn't have time for any cross stitch. So she has given these cross stitch patterns back to me. So I figured I would show you guys where she left them, just to kind of video record or document like where I'm taking over. So she still wants me to stitch these for her. She just doesn't want to stitch them herself. So we have a watercolor girl, which I'm kind of excited. I'm getting this one back. Not gonna lie. And let's see where she left off at. If I can get it out of the bag. Come on. There we go. All right, it doesn't look like she's gotten very far on this one. Here's where we've gotten to. So we have a small little pink section right here and right here, and that's all that she's done so far on this one. And this is a little cloth button that I made by myself. So there is that. Not very much on this one at all. And then the other one she was working on is a butterfly cat. She even like took my little rainbow cat back. This one, I think she's gotten farther on this one than the watercolor girl. Not too much farther, but definitely farther. So this one, she has done some of the teals right here, a line of black, and some of the green right here. And that's all she's done on this one. So I have inherited these back. I will add them to the whip pile and we'll continue to work on them for her. that is it for all of the cross stitch stuff. I will be talking about life updates and crochet. So if you're headed off, then thank you all so much for joining me. If you want to stay on and listen to life updates and my crochet projects, then let's dive into that. So first, I don't stitch very much when I am feeling sick. I have been sick twice in a row now. Hopefully it's the last time I'm sick for the summer, but we have been seeing these hexagon granny squares cardigans around, and I showed my daughter and she's like, I have to have one. I was like, and I have to make you one. So I had some fabric on hand already that I was using for a granny square blanket. Well, no, not granny square. It's like a seashell blanket. Anyway, and she loves the colors, so I decided to make her a little cardigan. So this is a hexagon cardigan. Super fun. She loves this thing. The colors are not showing up quite as vivid as they are in real life, but yeah, she really likes it, and it didn't take too long to make. Let me see if I can find a picture of it on. Let's see, because I took a picture of her wearing it, so you can see what it looks like. Maybe. Almost. Oh, here we go. Okay, here is what it looks like. So, yep, she just likes to kind of bundle up and wrap herself in it. And of course, I made it for her, and then I got jealous. See, I was like, I want one, what the heck? So I made her one. I offered to make her one, but then once I saw her put it on, I was like, I have to have one too. So I'm making one for myself using these like beachy type colors. And then this like ocean colored blue, but I actually ran out of this blue. So then I had some more of the teal that I used for hers right here. So I decided I was just gonna incorporate that instead of going and buying more yarn. So here is where I've gotten to so far. So I've stitched the two hexagons, I put them together, and then to join everything, I'm using the teal color down the back. Let me see if I can get it to show up a little bit better. There we go. There's the teal color in real life. And then I started working the teal color, alternating with the beachy color like I've done up here, except down here, which is kind of cool because it reminds me of like, okay, darker ocean colored, and then moves to like the lighter like breaking of the waves color down here. So like I said, I'm still working on this. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get this like in frame. See, I'm wrapped up in yarn, but yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? Ah, it is so comfy. So yeah, I'm gonna make a big long one of these for myself, and then I am going to make like a shorter one and just have like to almost be like a dress cover. So yeah, yep, super warm, love it. And I've been working on this, and it's been very nice for the soul. And then so I was wearing a dress the other day because it was like 105 degrees, and I like to wear dresses, honestly, but my strap broke, and I got so mad because I can't just go out and buy like a brand new dress just because my strap broke. It's like, what the heck? So I decided I had some cotton thread on hand, or yarn on hand, that I would make a little dress top. So I made the top of a dress, and then I just have to find some fabric or pick fabric and sew it to the top of the dress. Now I will try this on with a shirt on because it is a little showy. and I haven't weaved in like any of my ends yet. But let me lower you down a little bit. Yeah, so I made this little top that just kind of wraps around, has like an open back, and then I will sew the fabric to this part to make the dress. But yeah, super cute. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't use a pattern or anything. I just kind of threw it together and figured it out. So I still need to weave in the ends, and then I have to find the fabric to sew down to the bottom to make the dress. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna do like t-shirt material or if I want to do like a muslin or a gauze fabric. So I'm still debating on what I want to do for that. And that is it for all of the crafting. Now, other things that have happened so far this summer is we have all of the sports. I've been sick twice. I was sick, I got better for a week, and then I got sick again, and the whole family got sick this time. Luckily it wasn't COVID or anything, it was just a head cold, but man, I am so over being sick. And then at the same time I was sick, the first time our dog got sick, and we had to take her to the emergency vet. She was having some potty troubles, and we didn't know what was going on. We still don't know what happened, but we had to give her some medicine and like some warming medicine to see if maybe that would help her. It did help, but I still haven't seen any worms, so I don't know. I don't know if she ate something bad or she just had an upset stomach or what, but man, it was bad. So I spent all day in the emergency pet hospital with her. So yeah, that was fun. And then I got a bunny. So I have wanted a bunny for a while now, but I really wanted to think about it, and I've been thinking about it off and on for several years now. But I finally decided that we were just gonna pull the trigger, and my husband was like, you go do it. And I was like, okay. So I did my research trying to figure out what kind of bunny I wanted to get. So I really like Angora bunnies because they have the really long hair that you can harvest and spin, and I spin fiber as well. I have many crafts. I have a spinning wheel. It needs a tune-up for sure, but I also used to have a drop spindle, but one of the kids broke it, so I need to get a new drop spindle, a Turkish drop spindle. But I like to spin yarn, and then I also crochet, knit, all the above. So I was like, well, excuse me, being my first bunny, I didn't want to jump straight into getting an Angora. Not only are they more expensive, but they're harder to take care of just because you have to really groom them. And I've never owned a rabbit before, so I was a little scared to do that. So then I was researching like what other kinds of bunnies there are that have longer hair that I could harvest or brush or whatever. And a lion head bunny came up, and they are so cute. They have like this big head of hair that looks like a lion and then like fluffy everywhere else. You still have to brush them daily, but not quite. They don't get quite as matted because their hair doesn't get quite as long as an Angora, and they don't shed quite as often. It sounds like they'll shed twice a year. And, but yeah, so I got a lion head bunny, and her name is Kirby, and I'll show you a picture because she is just the cutest. And she is an indoor bunny, so she roams the house, and we have her around everywhere. She's been exploring and everything, and let me see if I can get a good picture of her for you. So here is Kirby, and she's so cute. She's got like this like mad scientist hair happening. But yeah, she'll sit on my chest, and I have like her butt under my chin is where she likes to sit. And let me see if I can find another photo for you guys. There we go. hair. She's so cute. So yeah, she's got lots of personality. She's joined the family. She's the house. She's already potty trained. She roams the house, gets into everything, but I love her. She's great, and I get to brush her once a day. I hold her once a day, and she's had her nails clipped once, and she did really good. So yeah, I got her not this last week, but the previous. So we've had her for 2 weeks now, and we got her when she was 9 months old. So yeah, 9 months? No, she just turned 10 months. So she's still a baby. And she was super cute. We got her from like a breeder that is like in the town next to us. So, but yeah, I think that's all of the life updates. I have several different unboxing videos that I have to do for you guys, so those will be coming up. Here's my whip update video, and I still need to do, so I never even finished the whip parade videos. I still had 2 more to do. I gotta figure out a faster way to put those together because I have so many projects, like over 100, and trying to fit them all into quick videos for everybody is hard because you can only upload so big of a video. It takes forever to get everything like pieced together and a lot of memory on your devices. So I'm trying to figure out a good way to format those and show you, because each project has a backstory for me. I have a backstory for everything I work on. Like, okay, I got this because I really like this. I got this because I really like that. I got this because it reminds me of someone else. And so I really like to talk about all of my projects, and I feel like if I go too fast, then you guys don't really get to see them. But the only way I can get them all in the video is to go really fast. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. I think I might just put together like a Excel spreadsheet of like all of the details of the project, so that way I could talk about the stories and not have to worry about all of the details of what they look like. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. If you guys have any ideas on how to do that, let me know in the comments down below, because again, I have like 125 projects and trying to fit them into a Flosstuber video with hardly any storage on my phone, or because I edit on my phone but I record on my camera, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that will be coming up soon because it's July and it's a mid-year whip parade, so that will be coming as well. So anyway, thank you all so much for joining me on this very long-winded video. I hope you all are having a great summer. I hope you all are staying safe, staying warm, and I hope you all stay safe, stay warm, and take care. Bye.